Hey guys, this is Chef Bill with HyVee again. Today we're gonna make some pork dumplings. When you go to a Chinese restaurant, I love dumplings. You either fry them or you boil them. You want them either steamed or fried. I enjoy my kind of fried. It's usually browned on one side. But I'm gonna show you how to make the dumplings. They're simple to do. 1 pound of pork makes a lot of dumplings. And whenever you're done with it, if you got more than what you need on that meal, take the leftovers, put them on a sheet pan, throw them in the freezer. All right, when they're frozen, pull them out, throw them in a plastic bag, and you can cook them up in 8 minutes. Nothing to worry about. Let's get started on this. All right, I got 1 pound of pork right here, all right? And it's really special. Nothing to worry about here. We're gonna get this done. Get the pork in here. All right. Got the pork right there. We're looking good on that one there. And I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Now I always shake my condiments because if I don't, what's gonna happen? Everything settles to the bottom. So I got a tablespoon here. Soy 1. It's automatically gonna give me some salt, all right? That's 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, all right? Now you got 2 different types of oysters. One's a thick one, one's a kind of a sauce itself, kind of a liquid, all right? So I'm gonna take 1 tablespoon. This is a long one. It drops out, it's a nice thick one, all right? All right. Now, next one's gonna be, I got a tablespoon of minced garlic. It's in there, ready to go. So far, so good. Now I got a 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, all right? We got ginger in a container. I like a little bit extra ginger, so put that in there, all right? That's done. Now, we're gonna put 1/4 teaspoon of pepper in there, and I gotta I gotta be a little bit careful here. I'm gonna get a little pepper up here because I think it's gonna be great. All right, I'm gonna guesstimate here. 1/2 teaspoon. And I'm doing it in my hand rather than over the container. More than enough. All right. Now we're gonna have sesame oil. Now this is the stuff that smells good, all right? So this one here, we have 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. One. 2. All right, now, I am going to mix this first. I'm trying to see how thick this pork is. All right, see how it's absorbing all that flavor right there? Which I think is gorgeous. Now, I am going to add 1 egg. I want to try and get just mostly the yolk in there and get that mixture in. Good. All right. All right. That's out of the way. That's out of the way. Now this makes quite a bit. It doesn't look like much, but it makes quite a bit. So we're gonna kind of get this together. But before I go on to this one here, I want to make up a little sauce. Every time you have a pork dumpling, you want to make sure that you have a little sauce to dip it in. So what we're gonna do is add soy sauce as our base. And we're not gonna need much, all right? I'm gonna add a little oyster sauce. Exactly what was in the dumplings. It's gonna give me some body. I got a rice wine vinegar because I want the acid in there, all right? I'm gonna add some sesame oil to that one. And people say, well, what is the green onions for? So we're gonna actually do this in. Now, I'm taking all the ends off first. All right. I'm taking the knife straight down the centers of this. Right. We're slicing it real thin. I'm slicing on the bias, all right? Piece in there, and I've got 3 of these. Gonna keep them small. Mix the whole thing up. Now I'm gonna throw some of the green stuff inside the sauce over here because I want that onion flavor. I'm gonna throw some of this in there because I like that onion in there. Then I got it in. I'm gonna have some nice color in there. All right. It's gonna add some flavor to it. All right. My sauce is ready. And I'm gonna take, oh, let's see if I can mix it up with this here. I want to just taste that just a little bit. You guys like my big spoons for tasting? I need them all a little bit more soy. I'm putting a red pepper flake in there. Just a dash right here. We got that ready. That's ready. I'm gonna clean up my board. Now I'm gonna let this sauce just sit on the side so we can use that later, all right? That's out of the way. This is all out of the way. And then we're gonna start making the dumplings, all right? Now you want to keep, with these wrappers, you want to kind of keep the lids down on them. So air doesn't get to them right away. Right. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different. And I'm going to try using a plastic bag to pipe this out on. Now, if you're going to use a pastry bag, the way we do it in hotels and restaurants and bakeries, we'll take the bag and we'll fold it over the top, and it gives us a handle so our hands stay clean. All right. And I recommend getting a disposable plastic bag so then you have nothing to worry about, all right? I'll tell you your bag is clean. And then we're ready to go, all right? Now what we're gonna do, I have a sheet pan here someplace. Oh, right over here. It's ready. And what we're going to do is actually, boom, boom. So you're 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, all right? You want to kind of do it one side. Once in a while, they want to run away. You do what you feel comfortable with. All right. I just had a container of water here. Now, it's easiest thing to do is use your finger, wipe around the outside, all right? You're gonna do like 3 or 4 at a time. Alright, and all we're doing, actually, you can leave them in half like this, like a lot of places will do. They'll leave them flat so they can saute both ends. You can make it real fancy, the way that it is up there. You're using the water as glue, putting it in, and what you gotta do is just kind of leave it down like that. You wanna squeeze all that air out, alright? Now, you wanna add some more pork to it, filling, you do that. All right, you can do a couple of curls in there, and that's perfectly fine. That looks cute like me, and that's all you got to do. And some people will say, well, you only have to water half of them. Put water on only half of the dough. I like putting on the whole dough, so all the way around. So you do it like that. That's pretty easy. Either way you want to do it. If you want to take it and fold it, like I said, you can do that. But the idea is to kind of keep it sealed and get it going, all right? Now we're going to go ahead and, I didn't make up the whole mixture. Like I said, you can make the whole thing and this will make you probably 50, 60 of these little dumplings at one time. Great to work with. I just want to make sure you're able to see how we're going to cook it. What I'm doing over here, I got a skillet on, and I'm using a Teflon base or non-stick base, and I'm putting a little oil on the bottom. And there's a reason for that, all right? Now I want to kind of heat that up. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some water in here. And we're going to saute it and at the same time, All right, now what I'm gonna do is actually put some water on. And put a lid on it. And what we're gonna do is let that cook and let the water evaporate off. And when the water stops evaporating, all you're gonna have is that oil left. The dumplings will be cooked and it's gonna brown those dumplings on the bottom. And that's kind of the correct way of doing it. You can see where it's boiling and coming up, but it's gonna steam that whole mixture and cook it for you. If you have a tight fitting lid, it's gonna be gorgeous. Something nice to work with. Doesn't take a lot. And I've set up a plate. That dipping sauce that we had, I got that over here. And I'm gonna pour that back in and actually stir that up just a wee bit. There you go. That's ready to go. As you guys seen, it did not take very long to do. You could do 20, 30 of them using a pastry bag at a time. If you have somebody helping you, it's going to be done in no time. See how that's coming up? It's starting to puff and bubble. That's kind of what you want to do. It's going to work like that, and the steam is going to work, bouncing off the top. It should work really well. I think you'll enjoy this. Then we're going to get it going. But making Asian food like this, what I like doing, when I make it at home, I usually make 100, 2 or 3 packages of the stuff, freeze it, put them in quart-sized Ziploc bags, and I want some dumplings, pull it out, do exactly what I'm doing. Oil in the bottom of the pan, water, throw the dumplings in it. I'm done in 10 minutes. There you go. Now there is a little starch in these dumplings, and that's the one thing. They're gonna get a little starchy. You see how it's getting a little wrinkled up there? It tells me the dough is cooking. So it's getting tight on there. The little wrinkly part is telling me that the dough is cooking nicely. All right? That's where it's trying to fry on the bottom, and that's all right. It really isn't that hard to do. We're gonna let that go, put the lid back on it just for another minute or two, and you're gonna see what it looks like. You'll really enjoy this. And if you don't enjoy it, bring it to my house and I'll eat it. All right. All right, guys, so take a look at this. They're perfectly cooked. I'm just trying to get a little color on them, because you like them with color, but that's all right. See the color that's happening? One side is going to give you a crunch, and the other side is soft, all right? Look at the color on it. And that's kind of the way you want to do it right there. Now it wants to stick a little bit to itself, all right? But that's all right. That's the insides of one. One to come out. Boom. Boom. And guys, that's one pan full. All ready to go. It's a little hot, but it's gorgeous. Let it cool down just a minute. You can make this just as good, if not better, than any Asian restaurant you want to go to. Simple to make. Put them in the freezer. Do what I just did. Tight fitting lid. You'll be amazed at what you can do, how inexpensive it is, and how delicious it is. So again, thank you for cooking with me, and enjoy it.